We're asking tonight is how appropriate is state stand towards the Kaveri issue. Let me introduce our guest also tonight. Mr. Himanshu Thakkar is the coordinator for South Asian Network on Dams, Rivers and Bandh. And Ms. Gargi Parsa is senior journalist joining us at the moment. Thanks to you very much for joining us this evening here on Doordarshan News. Ms. Parsa, if I can begin with you first, what would you like to say about the situation that's arisen after the directive that came from the Supreme Court on 5th September? You know, the protests that we've seen in both the states, and now again today, Karnataka filing a fresh petition, and of course with the prohibitory order section 144 imposed in several places. Situation there in both the states, what would you like to say about the situation?
Well, Kaveri has always been a very, very emotive issue, and that's what makes people react in the manner that they have reacted in Karnataka this time also. And the issue was, of course, how to share the distress that has arisen because of deficient monsoon, southwest monsoon. And you know, the protests this time, they seem, I wouldn't say they're not justified, but I would say it just seems to have erupted, and it has really widened in the manner that, you know, the state government really should be doing something about it and should check that kind of violence, which the Supreme Court has also observed. So, you know, either you are trying to, even though it's an emotive issue, even though farmers are under distress in both the sides across the border, but the thing is that if the Supreme Court has also observed that the government has a bigger role to play, the state government has a bigger role to play. What has happened that in the past years, Karnataka, being an upper riparian state, has really not released in that sense waters to Tamil Nadu. Whatever waters Tamil Nadu gets, even under the award, are the flows, you know, that goes, because when the monsoon is okay, then, you know, there are flows, and then that's how the Tamil Nadu's quota gets fulfilled. But this time, because the monsoon has been about 14% short in South Peninsula, so because of that, the distress situation arose, and one of the states approached the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court gave the order, and that was a trigger, so to say, for the protests and everything to start.
But trying and influencing the courts, you know, in matters like the distribution of natural resources like water, how justifiable would you say is that?
Sorry?
You know, carrying out protests like these and trying
to...
You
exactly.
know,
that's what I'm trying to say. See,
making fresh pleas.
The tribunal has given its final award. The award has been notified. Both the states have gone to court challenging that award. And a mechanism had to be set. That mechanism is not in place, because probably the matters pending before the court have to be disposed of before that. The only thing that was not really said in so many words in the award was how to share the distress. What was said, that the distress will be shared on pro rata basis, that means proportionate to whatever has, and that is what was happening this year as well. But from the way the protests are taking place, it looks as though the upper riparian state is not willing to give anything to the lower riparian state.
Mr. Thakkar, then, you know, on a larger perspective and the larger issue, what would you say that is there a flawed understanding of what constitutes a river, and how should these rivers, the interlinking rivers, should be governed? Is there a flawed understanding of that?
Yeah, see, the whole basin has to be managed as a river basin, as a unit. And so one has to see that what is sustainable cropping pattern, for example. Both states are guilty of continuing unsustainable cropping pattern.
Sustainable agricultural production.
Exactly. Most of the water gets used for agriculture. So in Tamil Nadu, for example, double, triple paddy crops get taken. Now it was earlier, it may have been water was there, but now the Karnataka uses in upstream, it's no longer available. That cropping pattern is not sustainable. The monsoon rainfall in Kaveri basin is only 450 millimeters, southwest monsoon. And there is a 21% deficit this year in the Kaveri basin itself. But the deficit in Tamil Nadu is only 1%. Deficit in Karnataka is much higher. Secondly, Tamil Nadu also gets benefit of northeast monsoon, the next monsoon. Karnataka doesn't. So they have to do with whatever storage they have. Thirdly, if you look at the storage position, Mettur has more than 1 billion cubic meters of water, and the releases from Mettur in Tamil Nadu is hardly 1,250 cusecs, whereas Karnataka is asked to release 10,000, 12,000 cusecs.
Right.
So if you look at the whole situation, and the fact that if the Supreme Court had set up the supervision panel through an order in May
Yes.
2013,
Yes.
when the Tamil Nadu this time went, they should have asked what is the supervision panel doing, why it is not working.
So then, are you saying that there needs to be, a more conscious and concerted move to reframe the discourse, perhaps that instead of perhaps making a political mileage out of the issue, and there needs to be that, like you mentioned about sustainable agricultural productions, there needs to be that sense that needs to be invoked in farmers on having less water intensive crops?
Absolutely. And there was actually an attempt in that direction called Kaveri Family,
Yes.
where they actually tried to bring the farmers association from both states together, talk to each other, see each other's situation, and then decide. Now that kind of effort should have got official recognition, which it didn't get. Secondly, this bringing the sustainable cropping pattern, the Supreme Court is not looking at this, Ministry of Water Resources is not looking at it, the states are not looking at it. We really need to go in that direction. Thirdly, the whole river basin management, what you are
Right.
mentioning, we need much more transparent participatory way of doing it. For example, the supervisory panel or the Ministry of Water Resources, you go to the website, there is no information about the Kaveri,
Okay.
the storage position, the cropping pattern, how much water is getting used, what is the rainfall, what is the deficit. Whole picture should have been available. Then there is no question of suspicion or doubts and so on, rumors and so on.
Okay.
So there should have been clear picture, and then there should be a bottom-up participatory governance.
Okay, so,
So
you're
if you-
saying
if you
that
go
there
in
needs
that
to be a
direction-
more well-informed and participatory framework within which such issues need to be looked through and need to be resolved.
Absolutely.
More
And-
well-informed and participatory framework. All right.
Absolutely.
Ms. Parsai, what would you like to say? Under the present system, water disputes are reviewed, like what Mr. Tucker is also saying, that water disputes are reviewed from a narrow lens of political mileage. There needs to be a better decision-making process. There needs to be more independent mechanism, and of course, sustainable agricultural solution for the Kaveri Basin. What would you say, is that the way forward?
Yes, that is the way forward, definitely, but these are much, much larger issues. They cannot be decided just about the Kaveri Basin. It has to be decided for the country itself. Water is a state subject as of now. There are demands now to bring it on the concurrent list, and there are also moves, I know, that are going on in the ministry. There was a demand to nationalize rivers, so
Right.
that, all that nothing has been decided so far. But there are various kinds of demands, as I was just mentioning, and the ministry is moving towards, I think, having a single tribunal with the benches, so that matters such as the Kaveri water dispute or any other interstate water dispute, there are about 7 or 8 which are
Right.
ongoing. They are brought to the tribunal, the single tribunal, and there has to be a time frame during which it has to be decided. The Kaveri dispute went on from 1990 till 2007. It was
Yes.
in 2007 that the final award came, and it was notified in 2013.
Yes.
So it's been a long drawn battle, and all other disputes are long drawn battles. These things really have to be seen in a much larger perspective, and it requires huge political will to take decisions for the kind of sustainable agriculture
And
that we need to
comprehensive,
have.
thorough approach, and of course, a
And you
permanent
need to have
independent
a
mechanism to resolve
independent mechanism, you need to have a regulatory mechanism, and you really need to change a few laws to make sure that states which have riparian rights over a particular river don't just sit on it and don't allow water to go to, because after all, the water belongs to everybody in the country. It just doesn't belong to a particular state.
Right.
That has to be appreciated.
Sure. All right. Mr. Tucker, what would be your concluding remarks? Would you say then that a permanent independent mechanism is what is the way forward to resolve issues like these?
Yeah, we need basin level management, and for that bottom up.
And of course, better water management system as well.
Absolutely, and for that we need bottom up process. Not today. you know, when we talk about basin level, the Ministry of Water Resources, they say top-down situation. Top-down will not help, it has not helped. We need bottom-up situation because rainfall is decentralized, groundwater, which is India's water lifeline today, is decentralized, and the demand of the water is decentralized, crops are decentralized. So the management has to be decentralized bottom-up.
Okay.
And if we do that way and make the rainfall as and the recharging of the groundwater as the crux of the whole thing, and management transparent, you know, for example, supervision committee, all the information about its agenda, minutes, decisions should be in public domain.
Okay.
Today nothing is in public domain. What is filed in the Supreme Court on the water issue should be in public domain,
Okay.
so that everybody knows what is the basis of decisions.
Right.
Now this way transparent participatory decision making
Right.
can really go a long way.
Okay, a well-informed, participatory, transparent mechanism and framework is what you are saying will, lead to a better and, of course,
Management.
Ending management and resolution of a crisis like this. All right, Mr. Thakkar and Ms. Parse, thanks very much to both of you for joining here on Doordarshan News this evening and sharing your perspectives with us. Thank you very much.